What if I told you that this guy was a two-time World's Strongest Man winner, an Olympian, and also the person that put strongman on the map? My name is Eric Favors, and I'm an Olympic shot put thrower, and I'm here to be breaking down a day in the life of Jeff Capes, the true UK legend. This guy was a two-time World's Strongest Man winner, three-time Olympian, and also has won the World Championships in the Highland Games 5 times. Unbelievable athlete, and I can't wait to break down a day in the life to show you what it takes to make it that far. So stay tuned, and let's get into the video.
Damn, Toon, you made this?
So let's start it up. A documentary of training and nutrition as a shot putter. Jeff Capes, 1976.
Capes started shot putting as a boy at school, mainly because he was so obviously head, shoulders and navel above everybody else.
I feel like for the shot put, that's common. If you're just like head and shoulders above everybody else, somebody tells you, all right, you're going to pick up this metal rock and try to throw it as far as possible. You're big and strong. That's kind of what it is. And this is 1976. So this is way back in the day. I'm actually pretty excited to see what a day in the life of what he would be doing. If it's a little bit different than me, vice versa. So without further ado, you see, but for me personally, I'm 5'11", so I'm not head and shoulders above everybody. I am just a bit thicker. So take that with a grain of salt. I'm not head and shoulders above everybody, but a lot of people that do throw shot put are giants.
He used to throw 56-pound sacks of potatoes just for the fun of it.
Ah, it's all starting to make sense now. This guy is like a farmer. 56 pounds of potatoes for fun. Yeah, he had that little farmer strength, that little different strength to start throwing that thing far. So it's all starting to make sense. A lot of people with weird strengths got farmer strength. I'll keep on going.
Capes' training schedule requires him to sweat through 5 hours exercise a day, most of it weightlifting. Here, it's a mere 30 stone.
Come on, straighten the right.
Oh, wow. So he lifts for 5 hours a day, or I guess a combination of throwing and training. That's still a lot. I lift anywhere between, like, if I'm just having a normal throwing session, like I'll only throw for like an hour and a half. And then if it's like a heavy lift, I am there for a little bit longer. So I could see it adding up, but 5 hours is still excessive. So
Leg.
In a typical week, he lifts 120 tons. That's the equivalent of 18 double-decker buses. On occasions, he's even been called on to lift real cars to enable friends.
And when I was actually doing research for this document, or just like research in general, trying to find videos to react to, I actually saw a commercial of him flipping a car. I was like, what in the world? This guy was legit a superstar. I think it was Volkswagen. And the thing was like, he just walked up to the car, flipped it, and it's like, man, this guy's like a superhero. I can only imagine like what the hype around him was during like the UK and around like that. Just like in the United States, it's probably just like football players. I mean, some baseball players, basketball players for sure. In Ireland, rugby, those type of sports. But I mean, he was a strong man. He was a Highlands game athlete. He was a track athlete. And being that on a commercial like that, it's really cool to see.
To change tires. Because of this colossal expenditure of energy, Capes burns up 12,000 calories a day.
12K calories a day? Are you kidding me? How many calories does he have to eat a day to maintain? I don't know. Yeah, that is insane. My jaw is hurting even thinking about that. I eat 5,000 calories a day. I have to in order to gain weight or even maintain my weight. But that much calories a day, it's double. It's more than double. My jaw already starts hurting. I'm like scuffing down food, but that dude, he got a stronger jaw than me for real.
Times the rate of a normal person. This means, though, that he also has to consume at least 4 times the amount of food of a normal person. The most vital element in Cape's daily diet is 6 pounds of red meat. In addition, every day he gets through 1.5 pounds of cottage cheese, a pound of butter, a packet of cereal, 2 large loaves, a dozen eggs, a large tin of beans, 2 tins of pilchards, a pint.
That's the most UK thing ever. He just said, I'll have a tin of beans or a tin of beans. That is the most UK thing ever. And this is crazy. A day? That's how much you're eating a day? I know, like he said, he trains for like 5 hours a day. The other, 19 hours, he's eating. He's not sleeping. He's eating that whole time. He has to. He can't just be scuffing down all this stuff. I bet you that's a lot of food. And it's a lot of time spent chewing. Believe me, from a person that is almost, I'm like 290 pounds now and climbing, may I add. This is a lot of food.
Of orange juice and 7 pints of milk. Again, every day. Feeding Capes is rather like stoking a human furnace, and the person who has to do it is his wife, Jill.
Well, you continue.
I was actually thinking about that. I'm like, who is cooking his meals? His wife. Okay, so she's spending a lot of time in the kitchen. She probably has to cook all day. It makes sense if you're cooking that much food or eating that much food a day.
Really cooking or preparing some meal all day.
You say all day, how much of a day?
We start in the morning about 7:30 and carry on right through until about 8 o'clock at night. And after that, he usually helps himself.
Now this we've got here, this is his lunch, is it?
Yes, that's lunch, and after that he'll continue eating small meals, nothing big, just continue eating all day.
You say small meals, like what?
Let's say about half a pound of cheese he'll grill.
She said, small meals, half a pound of cheese. Like, that's small. And some bread. Man, if I had that meal, I would be taking a nap. I wonder actually how much he's actually sleeping. Does he, after eating? Because, I get the itis. I eat a big meal. I'm like, man, I'm tired. I got to take like a little 20-minute nap. Him, he's probably hibernating. He has to be. Crazy.
And eat that, with bread.
With food the price it is, no normal family budget could support the Cape's weekly shopping list. But fortunately, there are generous sponsors on hand to pay for most of it. The meat, which alone would cost £15 a week, is provided free by a national chain of butchers.
You see, I don't have any sponsorships, so I have to pay out of pocket all my meals and everything. And that starts to add up, especially if you eat out and stuff. Like, the price of everything just starts skyrocketing. So I try to cook all my meals, but still, groceries aren't cheap. And luckily, he has a sponsor that people that send him food. That is a blessing. And that's like the stuff that you need, the necessities. So hats off to the UK people looking out for him back in 1976. But we need more of that in 2025. Please, please, sponsors. We need the food. I'm going to start manifesting it. And you guys drop comments of the food meal prep people and butchers and everybody. Please, I need some of these hookups.
The milk too is free. And on the day we were filming, Capes was phoned by the company whose pilchards he eats to tell him that 380 tins of the stuff were on the way to him, again as a gift.
I'm as fit as anybody, really. I don't think. The doctors talk about the man on the street, the big fat man, but there's no fat on me, son, none at all.
And that's the thing. Also, it's like he said, there's no fat on him, and he is completely right. He is a athletic big man. He's 6'6", over 300 pounds, moving like unbelievable. The amount of power and explosive power that he develops is unbelievable. If you guys have ever seen somebody develop force that fast, it's remarkable. It's like poetry. And like he said, he has no fat on him. So if you would walk down the street and just be like, hey, you know, I'm like 300 pounds, and you just like kind of walk by him, you would think that guy is like super out of shape. But if you see him, you'd be like, no way he's 300 pounds. But muscle weighs more than fat, and that dude is complete muscle. It's crazy.
But for all that he would never choose any other way of life, Capes is conscious of the strain that competitive shot putting imposes on him. The budgies are his safety valve. Thrashing around a...
Everybody needs hobbies. Everybody needs a way, an escape to get your brain off of what you're trying to do. Especially for me as I'm an elite shot putter as well. And like, to separate, that is a skill in itself. If for you guys as well, like, you have to figure out what you can do in order to turn off the brain for a little bit, decompress, relax. And like, this is actually a form of therapy for me. Like, I love making videos. I feel like it's very creative. It's a creative niche for me. So that's my niche. And I'll continue to do it, like social media, pushing that, because I love it. I like creating an idea in my head, and that's exactly what he gets from these birds. So it is really cool. The only person I've ever seen with a bird set like this was Mike Tyson. I've heard back in the day, like, he trained pigeons and stuff. So it's cool that he has this hobby to get his mind off of things.
Bird cage with a budgie net is an unlikely activity for an international athlete of Capes' size and strength. But if it weren't for his birds, Capes reckons he'd probably crack up.
It's a question of relaxation from the hectic world of shot putting, really. You know, I mean, you travel all around the world. You are aggressive when you throw, you're aggressive to people around you. And then I just come home and completely relax, completely the opposite to what people see me on television and see me throwing. I mean, I go in there, I can sit in there for 3 or 4 hours and talking to my birds and kind of relaxing myself. And this in itself helps me to prepare for the next competition.
Remarkable. And that is exactly what you need. So thank you, Jeff Capes. I love that video. And BBC, thank you for documenting that and showing us what the world of shot putting, because it really hasn't changed much. I mean, we're still throwing a 16-pound ball as far as possible, and we're eating like that. Maybe not to that extent. I'm not eating pounds and pounds of red meat and cheese, but things have gotten better, but there's a lot of similarities. So thank you, BBC, for documenting that. Jeff Capes changed the game for everybody. He opened the door and showed what was possible. His determination, his longevity, and commitment is what brought him to the levels that has never been seen before. If you guys like the video, please smash the like button. Let me know in the comments who else you want me to react to, and I'll see you guys shortly. See ya!